Hey people, this is Germany calling from Istanbul. I'm your administrator and site part owner of the Universong contest. And I'm going to do the draw for the 35 contestants this time in Turkey. They all hope to try to get to the final, but only Turkey is set yet as they play host this time. So I'm going to do the draw for the 17 acts per semifinal 1 and 2. Now, and let's see who's gonna make it. Who's gonna make it where? So, oh, I forgot to include Belarus. So now, let's start. Semifinal 1, the first act. This is gonna be Hungary with their act Caramel. So we're gonna move on with the first act of semifinal 2. That's going to be England with their hopeful The Wanted. We move on with the second semifinalists of number 1, the former Yugoslavian Republic Macedonia, represented by Sibyl featuring Alex Head. So we're going to now move on with the second participant of semifinal 2. That's going to be Cyprus, represented by Nikki Ponte. For the third contestant of semifinal 1, we have Belarus, and they show their act Dimitri Koldun. Good luck. For the third act of semifinal 2, we have France, La France, avec Clamaran Antoine. The fourth act of semifinal 1 will be Italy, our last host. Thank you for beautiful competition, represented by Tiziano Ferro. So we're going to move on with the fourth act of semifinal 2, and this is more or less La Croatie, Croatia, with Ivana Radovnikovic. I hope I pronounced that right. So we're gonna have the fifth act that's on stage in semifinal 1. That's Kosovo, one of the latest members, represented by Adrian Buyupi. He's living in Germany. So now we're gonna have the fifth one of semifinal 2, and this is Denmark with Aqua. So we're going to have our sixth one of semifinal 1, and this is Norway, represented by Alexander Witt. And the sixth one of semifinal 2, this is going to be Latvia, represented by Tumza. The sixth one of semifinal 1 is going to be Ireland with Moya Brennan. And the seventh one of semifinal 2 will be Lebanon. The Lebanon represented by Shakira. And we're going to have the eighth one. That's going to be on stage in semifinal 1. It is Belgium, represented by famous Kate Ryan. And the eighth one of semifinal 2 is going to be Liechtenstein, represented by Pur. So we're going to move on with the ninth participant of semifinal 1. This is going to be the United States of America, represented by Duftree. And the ninth of semifinal 2 will be Germany, represented by Monrose. Now we're going to have the golden 10th participant of first semifinal. It's going to be Lafinland, Finland, with, I hope I can pronounce it, Vuti Leinen. And the 10th one of semifinal 2 is going to be Sweden, with Avicii. The 11th contestant of semifinal 1 is going to be Greece, with Katerina Augustakis. And the 11th one of semifinal 2 will be Slovenia with Zana. So before we move on with the 12th one of the finals, semifinals, I think I have to mention this is pretty much like similar to the UEFA Cup draw. I don't know if you saw it, maybe if you live in Europe. You saw it some days ago. There's going to be the European Championship of Soccer next year, and they did some kind of that draw just some days ago. Germany was not so lucky with the group it's in now, but maybe some of your countries were. So we're going to move on with our contest, which has the highest priority, of course, and with the 12th contestant of semifinal 1. And this is going to be, let me have a look in this direction, Serbia, represented by Emina Jahovic. Nice name. And the 12th one of semifinal 2 is going to be Romania, represented by Andra. We're going to move on with the 30th one of the last now. With semifinal 1 is going to be Armenia and Nick Agibian. And the 30th one of number 2, semifinal number 2, is going to be Moldova, represented by Akot. The 14th one of semifinal, of the first semifinal, is going to be the Netherlands, and Cado Emerald. The 14th one of number 2 is going to be Iceland, represented by Steve Lord. We're going to move on with the 15th one. It's going to be Bulgaria with the first semifinal and Lazar Kiziov. And number 15 for the second semifinal, Ukraine, represented by Alyosha. We all know her from somewhere. And of course, after 15, I think there's 16 following, if I remember right, and that's España, Spain. L'Espagne are represented by Amaya Montero. And the 16th one of the second semifinal is going to be Poland, our dear neighbors, with Eva Farma. So now we're going to have the last but not least contestants of one of the semifinals. For the first one, we're going to have San Marino coming back with Neck. And the last one, you can already think of who that might be, is of course Malta, the 17th one of semifinal 2 with Maronia. So, is it at all important which number you have to start in the semifinals? I'm not sure. I don't know what you think about it. But after all, the content and the rhythm and the feeling and the strength of the song is what really counts. So rejoice in the beautiful game, unstoppable power, unstoppable energy. Have fun in Turkey.